Hey, what's up, guys? This is Fula just coming to you with another video. I was gonna do this video sooner, but I thought to myself, like, let it marinate for a little bit. So the WBC ordered a lot of fights, to be made, and to be honest, I don't really see these fights being made, because of the simple fact of conflict of interest. The simple fact there'll be ducking involved, the simple fact that the excuses are going to come out, and I mean the excuses are already starting right now. Now the first one I want to get to, really, that of course the fans want to see, the true fans want to see, and the people who box as well, the true boxers in the industry, would like to see it too. And that's the Jamal Charlo, Gennady Golovkin match. Now, Jamal Charlo, he's Canelo's mandatory. Jamal Charlo has done everything needed to be in the position he's in to get a title shot. He's beat everybody they put in front of him. He's done it in convincing fashion, but they keep on giving him the runaround. As a matter of fact, it appears to me, from kind of looking on in, that they're trying to freeze him out. I don't mind Canelo taking like a tune-up fight in December. I don't mind that. I mean, he just got off of a fight with Golovkin, and that was a battle. You know what I mean? People had that fight being close and what have you, but he got the nod. Now, in May, on the Mexican holiday, the Cinco de Mayo, there should be no reason for him not to fight Charlo. No reason at all. There should be no excuses. He's the Mando. He's the guy that, should be given a shot. I mean, if you're not going to enforce this, then why even have Mandos anyway? Like, what's the point if you're not gonna honor your promises? So now Jamal Charlo has been ordered to fight GGG, and then the winner gets Canelo. I mean, again, we're doing the same thing that we've been doing before. Everybody knows that Abel Sanchez and GGG are not going to honor this fight. They're going to come up with different excuses on why they shouldn't fight Charlo, why this fight would be bad for boxing, why he doesn't deserve to fight, and this, that, and the other. We know this. I mean, I can already hear Abel Sanchez already saying, we just want to get a fight that is pleasing to the fans and that's entertaining to the fans. GGG can fight who he wants to fight. It's no problem. The fans are entertained, then he fights who he wants to fight. And I can hear Triple G right now. Well, no, it's whatever. This fight is not important. This fight, there's other fight that's important. I can already hear them talking like that. And the real reality is, they don't want the fight because they know that Charlo is not a walk in the park. You have to look at the physical advantage of Charlo. He's bigger, he's longer, he's faster. Unfortunately, his skill that he has gets overlooked. If you watch the Julian J-Rock fight with Charlo, you'll see that how he set up the uppercut was pretty cold. He did something very, very sneaky to set up that uppercut. you know, that involves skill. But Triple G fans will go to the end of the earth to say, well, who has Charlo fought? Who has he fought? GGG would knock him out. You really think he can stand him? And my response to that is, okay, who did Willie Monroe fight? Who did Adama fight? Who did Curtis Stevens fight? Hell, who did Kell Brook fight besides Showtime Sean Porter? You know? But they swear up and down that this guy's the boogeyman. They swear up and down that this guy's a threat. They swear up and down that he's the king of the middleweight division. You know, prove it then. Prove yourself. Prove that you're the king. That's all I'm saying. As far as Canelo, man, we already know what time it is. You know, I'm not saying that Canelo is afraid of Triple G. But if his promoter is going to protect him, then he's going to take the protection. Let's be honest. I mean, even Oscar De La Hoya in the interview, I think it was E-News or something like that. I forgot. Ellie Setback News or something. Oscar De La Hoya was like, yeah, that's very good decision. Very, very good. Very good decision that WBC made. But you also have to look at the fact of who the WBC is ran by. You know, the WBC is ran by Mauricio Suleiman, who's a Mexican. So, I mean, you got to look at, you know, Canelo being a Mexican fighter. It's like diplomatic immunity. You know, I'm just calling it a spade of spades. You know, that's just how it's working. You know, that's just what it is, you know. But honestly, I don't see this fight happening. I mean, I don't see either fight happening. I'm sorry. You know, it's just the particulars of boxing. You know, the fans who really want to see good fights suffer from it. You know, those guys who want easy like opponents, they benefit from it. The guys who are just coming up, who are young and hungry and looking to make their name on the scene, they suffer from it. So, I mean, that's just what it is. Another fight of interest that they said that they were going to make, or that is, should I say, a possible fight, was the Julian Williams versus Erislandy Lara. I mean, personally, many people won't agree with me, but I still think Erislandy Lara is the best 154 pounder. If you look at just boxing, like just all around boxing ability, just all around, like, just like a complete boxer, basically, I say Erislandy Lara is still the best. And they're saying that he will have to fight against Julian J. Rock Williams. Now, I don't know if this fight's going to happen, because they said the winner would face the Jermell Charlo, for the simple fact that Jermell Charlo does not want Erislandy Lara to fight Jermell Charlo. Okay, let's say Erislandy Lara were to get past Julian Williams, then that means he would be in line to fight Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo does not want this. Jermell Charlo does not want this to happen, for the simple fact that both the twins know Erislandy Lara. They've trained with him. They've worked with each other. They sparred with each other. And the thing is that Jermell Charlo, he left Ronnie Shields, okay, and he went to Derek James. Now, the thing is, if they were to fight, that means that Ronnie Shields, Jermell Charlo's trainer, would be in Erislandy Lara's corner against his brother, you know. So there's that conflict of interest. So that's the problem, you know. So I kind of don't see this fight happening unless Erislandy Lara says, you know what, I don't give a crap. I'm gonna push for the fight. We're going to fight regardless. But I don't think Ronnie Shields would advise it because, you know, Jamal Charlo said that if they were to fight, that he would leave. You know, he would leave Ronnie Shields' stable. Now, a fight that I can see happening with Erislandy Lara is possibly him fighting Brian Castano, that Argentinian guy. In fact, they should try to push for that fight because it will be for a strap as well. And then that can lead to, like, maybe later some unifications and stuff like that. Now, another fight that they said that had to be made, they said that, or let's just say it's been ordered. They say that Jorge Linares has been ordered to face Adrian Broner in an eliminator. Now, I don't know if that fight's going to happen for the simple fact there's rumors that, you know, Floyd Mayweather is going to be fighting Adrian Broner. You know, I don't know how true it is, but they also said Amir Khan was thrown into the mix as well. But I don't know if that fight's going to be made. You know, Jorge Linares, he just came off an impressive win off of Abner Cotto. But, you know, that fight, I mean, it would be a good fight if Adrian Broner came with it, you know, and he chose his spots of aggressiveness and let his hands go. That would be a hell of a fight. It would be a fight that, you know, maybe fans would want to see. Another fight I kind of wanted to touch on too was the Sean Porter. He's been ordered to face Keith Thurman. Now, I don't really see how this fight can possibly happen. How can it possibly happen when Keith Thurman has not been fighting anybody at all, and he is not really thinking of fighting? You know, I really don't think Keith Thurman, with him, the hunger is there anymore. You know, I think, in fact, he's banking off these past achievements, like beating Sean Porter the first time, beating Danny Garcia. I think he's banking off of these previous, like, wins. You know, I think he still considers himself like a really like really a contender that really does not have to do anymore, you know. And because of that, you know, he's not trying to push the fight or anything. He's not trying to push a fight with nobody. I mean, you remember what he said? He wanted to fight Conor McGregor, so like he wants to cash out. Like, that's what he's trying to do. You know, I don't think he has an interest in fighting any, like, tough guys, you know. I really don't think the interest is there anymore, you know. So I really don't see that fight happening either. And I don't know if it's true, but I mean, I saw him sitting with Eddie Hearn at an event that Sean Porter may jump over to the zone anyway. Like, so I think, like, really what we can conclude is that, you know, although Sean Porter said, you know, he's ready for the truth, meaning Earl Spence, that was just empty words to get his clout up. That's what it really was. I mean, even after the fight, like, with Danny Garcia, Sean Porter did not look convincing when he's like, "Hey, do I look worried or scared?" I mean, and that was a tipsy Earl Spence. So, like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he has any intention of fighting him either. You know, at the end of the day, if he does fight Earl Spence, I will give him so much respect, man. He will even have more respect to me for fighting Earl Spence, you know, if he does decide to fight him. But I seriously doubt that. So I don't know why WBC is talking about Keith Thurman when Keith Thurman does not have really any desire to fight anymore. I mean, let's just be honest. You know, if he had a desire to fight, you know, he would at least be in the gym, like recovering, like doing slow recovery or slow, like, rehabilitation. But you don't even see that with him. You know, you see him golfing and doing things like that. So I really don't think he has any intention on fighting anymore, really. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just the way I see it. And then the other fight I wanted to talk about is Luke Campbell, Mikey Garcia. They're saying that would be made if Mikey Garcia beat Richard Koumei. You know, as far as I know, they don't have a date yet for the Richard Koumei fight. But, you know, as an African, you know, he from my neck of the woods. You know, Ghana is near my neck of the woods. You know, it's gonna be he's gonna have his hands full. That's gonna be a hard fight for him. And you know, the heart wants to roll with your African brother, but your mind sees things in perspective. And the perspective is, you know, I expect Mikey Garcia to possibly stop him, you know. I'm not saying that he doesn't have a shooter's chance to do something in the fight, but, you know, that's a hard fight. You know, Mikey Garcia, he's a good fighter. You know, he's a real good fighter. I mean, he beat Robert Easter, and, you know, Robert Easter beat Richard Koumei, but some people were saying that fight should have been a tie. You know, some people thought it was a tie. I mean, it was a split decision. So, but let's go back to Mikey Garcia though. What this tells me is that Mikey Garcia possibly was just name dropping Errol Spence to keep himself relevant as well. You know, because it seems kind of crazy to me that, like, Mikey Garcia out of nowhere said, you know, I would like to fight Errol Spence. I have the tools needed to fight Errol Spence. I think I can really I think I can really give him problems, you know. I think I can move up in weight and really give Errol Spence some issues. You know, he just came out of the grapevine and just started saying this all over again. And so, you know, I just think it was just to, like, stay relevant, you know, just keep his name in the air. Like, people saying, like, wow, like, oh, did you hear Mikey Garcia? He said he'll fight Errol Spence, this, that, and the other. I think that was the only reason why he did that, you know. That's what I think. That's what I truly believe. But at the end of the day, I think Mikey Garcia, you know, if Bob Arum lets Lomachenko fight him, I think that's who he should fight. You know, he should be trying to fight with him. And, you know, I'm not saying it will be an easy fight or it'll be a cakewalk, but I mean, with Mikey's power, his boxing ability, his ring IQ, he will more or less like hit Lomachenko with some shit, and Lomachenko won't want to engage with him, you know. And even if Lomachenko would try to stay on the outside, Lomachenko would still get hit with some shit, and that would make him gun shy, you know. Because at the end of the day, Lomachenko hasn't really fought anybody who's like who hits, like, who's like an active dog, basically. Lomachenko has not fought anybody who has like real dog in them, who's active, who can pop, you know, who's like dangerous. Like, he's basically spoon fed these guys, you know. I mean, you know, because at the end of the day, these fighters like Terrence Crawford, these Lomachenkos, these Anthony Joshuas can say, oh, I want to fight this guy. Oh, I want to fight this guy. But if your actions don't show it, if you're not going to that guy's press conference, if you're not stepping in the ring after the fight, then you're really telling me that all it is talk. You don't want to make the fight. Your promoter is probably telling you to say this in order to keep your name relevant. Because, like, if Lomachenko wanted to fight Mikey Garcia, he would have stepped into the ring after the Robert Easter fight and said, what's up? Good victory. Let's make this fight happen. But I don't think he wants to fight him. I don't think Bob Arum wants him to fight him either. You know, I think Bob Arum just has a good mouthpiece, and he just yaps, and the fanboys believe him as well, you know. And last but not least, I want to go back to the whole GGG Charlo situation. If these fans of GGG believe that GGG can win against Charlo, then why don't you press GGG on social media and stuff like that and tell them to fight Charlo then? If you guys are so convinced that he has what it takes to beat him, then press him to fight him. That's all I'm saying. If you have this much faith in your fighter, then make it happen. You know, like sometimes when the people speak, things happen. You know? That's the thing. But I'm off until the next one, guys. Shout out to the whole LDBC. Let me know in the comment section what fights you think are going to be made. Let me know who you think is going to win those fights. Let me know if you consider WBC, what I'm about to put on the title of this video. Njara.